Hello, friends. Welcome back to Easy Talk English, the place where learning English feels easy and fun. Today, we're going to talk about something that happens to almost everyone who learns English, those moments when the right words just disappear. You know what I mean, right? You're in the middle of a conversation, you want to say something in English, and suddenly your mind goes blank. You can see the word in your head, you can feel it on the tip of your tongue, spat, but it just won't come out. You pause, you smile awkwardly, and maybe you switch back to your native language. It's frustrating, isn't it? You know the word, you've studied it, you've used it before. So why in that moment does it run away from you? Why do English words sometimes evade you? Let's find out together, because once you understand why this happens, it becomes much easier to fix it. And I promise, by the end of this video, you'll see that this problem doesn't mean your English is bad. In fact, it means your brain is doing something very smart. Curious? Let's begin. Imagine this, you're talking to someone in English, you're doing well. Then suddenly you want to say a simple word, maybe umbrella or kitchen, but it's gone. You start thinking, what is it? What is it? And the more you try to remember, the more your brain freezes. Sound familiar? This is called a tip of the tongue moment. It happens not only in English, but even in your first language. But when it happens in English, it feels worse because your brain is already working extra hard to use a second language. Here's something fascinating. Your brain has two main parts for language, one for storing words and one for using them. The first part, let's call it the library, keeps all the English words you know. The second part, let's call it the delivery system, helps you take the words out and use them in real time. When you study English, your library grows. But when you speak, the delivery system needs to work fast, and that's where problems happen. When you feel nervous, tired, or shy, the delivery system slows down. Your brain is searching, but it's like walking through a big library in the dark. The words are there, but your mind can't see them clearly. So it feels like English words are hiding from you. But the truth is, they're not gone. They're just waiting for you to calm down and turn on the light again. Let's think of an example. There was a student named Emma. She loved English. She watched English movies, read books, and had a good vocabulary. But whenever she talked to someone, she forgot simple words. She once told me, I can understand everything in English, but when I try to speak, my brain becomes empty. I smiled and said, that's normal. Your brain is not empty, it's overloaded. You see, when you speak English, your brain does many things at once. It thinks about grammar, pronunciation, sentence structure, and meaning, all in real time. That's a lot of work. So sometimes it just drops one word while focusing on another. It's like juggling too many balls at the same time. You drop one, but that doesn't mean you can't juggle. You just need a little more balance and practice. But there's another reason words escape you: fear. When you feel afraid of making mistakes, your brain becomes tense. It focuses on avoiding errors instead of communicating. And when your brain is busy being scared, it can't work smoothly. So even simple words hide away. That's why confidence is not just emotional, it's also biological. When you relax, your memory works better. So next time words run away, instead of saying, oh no, I forgot, try saying, it's okay, my brain is just processing. Take a breath, smile, use another word, or describe the thing you're trying to say. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, say the thing for rain. You'll be surprised how often people still understand you. Communication is not only about perfect vocabulary, it's about expressing ideas. Now, let's talk about something you'll find really interesting. Did you know that forgetting words is actually part of the learning process? Yes, really. Every time you forget and then remember a word, that memory becomes stronger. Scientists call it the forgetting curve. When you struggle to remember a word and finally recall it, your brain says, oh, this must be important, and saves it deeper. So forgetting is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that your brain is learning deeply. Let's test this with a simple question. Can you remember the English word for the small thing you use to open a door? Yes, key. Now imagine you forgot it once during a conversation and later remembered it. Next time, you'll never forget it again. That's how the brain builds strong connections. Every forget-remember cycle makes your English stronger. Here's another story. A student named Daniel told me he used to freeze when talking to foreigners. He said, "The words just disappear." I asked him, "Where do they go?" He laughed and said, "I don't know." Then I told him, "They don't go anywhere. They're in your brain. You just haven't built the road to reach them fast." So Daniel started practicing small conversations every day, even talking to himself in English. Slowly, his roads became faster and smoother. After a few weeks, he said, "Now the words come by themselves." That's the key. Not studying harder, but practicing speaking in real situations. Reading and listening are great for input, but speaking gives your brain output practice. It trains the road between the word and your mouth. If you only study English quietly, your brain knows the words but doesn't know how to fetch them quickly. So when you try to speak, it panics. Think about it like this. If you only learn to drive by reading a book, you'll forget everything when you sit in a real car. But when you actually practice driving every day, your body remembers. It becomes automatic. English works the same way. You must practice using your words, not just knowing them. So, what can you do when English words evade you? Let's make it simple. First, don't panic. Everyone forgets words, even native speakers. Have you ever heard an English speaker say, what's the word? They do it all the time. So if they can forget words in their own language, it's completely okay for you to forget some in a second language. Second, try to stay calm and keep talking. If you can't find the exact word, use easier ones. If you forget difficult, say hard. If you forget expensive, say not cheap. Your message is more important than the perfect word. And here's something beautiful. The more you do this, the less you'll forget because you're teaching your brain to stay calm under pressure. Third, practice retrieving words. This means bringing them out of your memory actively. For example, take a word like beautiful. Try to make 3 sentences with it. Then, later in the day, close your eyes and remember it again. The more you pull it out, the easier it becomes to find next time. It's like keeping your English muscles strong. Also, it helps to connect English words to feelings, sounds, or stories. If you connect the word sunrise to a happy morning you saw, your brain remembers it better. Words love emotions. That's why songs, stories, and movies are great teachers, because they make you feel something. And what you feel, you remember. Sometimes words hide because your brain is switching between languages. If you speak more than one language, your brain becomes like a big traffic station, managing many roads at once. Sometimes one road closes for a few seconds while another opens. That's normal. Bilingual brains are powerful, but even powerful systems take a second to load. So don't see it as a problem, see it as proof that your mind is amazing. Now let's add a little curiosity. Have you ever noticed that when you forget a word, it suddenly comes back hours later, maybe when you're showering or walking? That's your brain working quietly in the background. Even when you stop thinking, it keeps searching until it finds the word. That's how powerful your mind is. So next time you forget a word, trust that it will come back because it always does. Let's imagine a small reward for your effort. Picture yourself in a conversation a few months from now. You're speaking easily. You don't pause. The right words come naturally. You laugh, you share, you express yourself. Doesn't that feel wonderful? That future is possible, and every moment you struggle now is helping you reach it. Every I forgot today builds a stronger I remember tomorrow. Let's recap in a simple way. Your brain knows the words. Sometimes they hide because of stress, fear, or lack of practice, but they never disappear. They are just waiting for you to relax, breathe, and keep going. Every time you practice speaking, you make those words easier to find. And one day you'll realize they don't run away anymore. They come when you call. So, my friend, the next time an English word evades you, smile. Take a deep breath. Don't rush. Say to yourself, it's okay. My brain is learning. And then keep speaking. Because that's how fluency grows, not in silence, but in small, brave moments of trying again and again. You are learning something extraordinary. You are giving yourself the power to connect with people all over the world. So be kind to yourself when words play hide and seek. They're not leaving you. They're teaching you patience, practice, and persistence. One day soon, you'll look back and laugh about the words that once hid from you, because by then, they'll be your old friends, always ready when you need them. Thanks for watching Easy Talk English. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Keep practicing and see you in the next video. Before you go, tell me, what English words usually hide from you, and what do you do when your mind suddenly goes blank while speaking?